Let's get it.
Yeah, firing, chapter 2. Straight up, no lies in the view.
We keeping it real, maintaining the code, integrity heavy, we taking the load. Let's go!
Look, do not think dishonestly, keep the path straight. Never cut a corner when you're knocking on the gate. I don't need a mask, I ain't putting on a fake. Every move I'm making is a risk I gotta take. Hold up, look up in the mirror, see the truth inside. Got the honor in my pocket, I ain't got a thing to hide. Real samurai stepping in the modern day. Keep the dirty money, I'ma do it my own way. Woo, woo. Say what you mean and you mean what you say. Sharpen up the spirit, get it ready for the fray. No deception in the dojo, keep the actions pure. If the mind is full of poison, then the truth is the cure.
Maintain the code, yeah, maintain the code. Walking with the truth on a samurai road. No lies, no tricks, we ain't playing no games. Keeping our integrity, remember the names. Maintain the code, yeah, maintain the code. Walking with the truth on a samurai road. Cut through the fake with an honest blade. In the light of the sun, we don't need the shade.
Yeah, step to the mic, let a queen just speak. If you're acting dishonest, foundation is weak. I can see the deception right there in your eyes. You can try to disguise, but I'm cutting the lies. Straight down the middle, my katana is quick. I ain't falling for the trap, I ain't falling for the trick. Keep the circle so tight, keep the energy clean. We the realest on the scene, if you know what I mean. Got the water in the earth and the fire in the wind. Got the void in my soul where the truth is pinned. Every single action is aligning with the core. I don't gotta let us settle the score. Yeah, steady breathing, focus on the real. Tell them exactly how a warrior feel. No shortcuts, put the work right in. That's the only way a champion can win. Yeah.
Maintain the code, yeah, maintain the code. Walking with the truth on a samurai road. No lies, no tricks, we ain't playing no games. Keeping our integrity, remember the name. Maintain the code, yeah, maintain the code. Walking with the truth on a samurai road. Cut through the fake with an honest blade. In the light of the sun, we don't need the shade.
Yeah, back on the beat, got the 808 booming. Look at the horizon, the destiny looming. I don't need a cheat code, granted out raw. Truth is a weapon and truth is a law. Moving with 10, every word is a bond. Got a vision so clear, looking way beyond. If you come the soul for a piece of the pie, you'll be choking the crust when the river runs dry. So I stand 10 toes, planted in the dirt. Honesty is heavy, yeah, the truth might hurt, but I take it on the chin, walking the right. Never bringing darkness, always bringing the light.
No faking,
Just taking a path that is hard.
no breaking.
We holding the ultimate guard.
Pure motive,
We stepping with nothing to hide.
true focus.
We moving with honor and pride. We speeding it up, put the pedal to the floor.
Never get shady, we the ones they adore. Massage the mindset, keeping it precise. Never sell a soul, man, it ain't got a price.
Hey yo, spinning through the verse like a hurricane wind. Gotta purify the spirit where the shadows begin. I don't do the backstabbing, I confront them face to face. Running with the truth at an unbelievable pace. Look, integrity in all that I do and I say. Keep the negativity a million miles away. Straightforward like an arrow, let it fly from the bow. I'm reaping all the honor from the seeds that I sow. No illusion, no delusions, keep the clarity grand. Got the book of 5 rings in the palm of my hand.
Maintain the code, yeah, maintain the code. Walking with the truth on the samurai road. No lies, no tricks, we ain't playing no games. Keeping our integrity, remember the name. Maintain the code, yeah, maintain the code. Walking with the truth on the samurai road. Cut through the fake with an honest blade. In the light of the sun, we don't need the shade. Yeah, keep it on.
No dishonest thoughts.
Straight up, keep the spirit clean.
Atlanta, Tokyo,
Atlanta to blade.
honest blade.
We are.
What's up? What's up? What is up, everybody? Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Tonight, Thursday, July 30th. One more day left. One more day left in the month of July. I know as you get older, it feels like time is much shorter. Do you remember when we were kids and it just seems like the summer was so long, days were so long, and now every single thing, every single day is just zooming us by. And now it feels like with AI, at least for me, the amount of work that I'm able to do in a day, I just do not have enough time. And I'm like, man, like I'm supposed, all right, to be fair, AI is supposed to replace me. Right? AI is supposed to replace me. However, I cannot stop finding things to do. In tech, you always have, like when you're in the tech space, you always have tech debt, You have a backlog of things, of features that you want to do. And here's a little secret. With AI, you get so much more ideas, so many more ideas of things that you want to accomplish. And so now you get to start working through your backlog. You start to clean up your code and your repositories and your services, and you have a lot more ideas. So you should be able to get a cleaner code base as well as enhance new features. However, people are so focused on, oh, AI is going to replace us. It might replace you, but for a good portion of the people who are learning how to navigate and how to maneuver around it, it is a treasure chest of golden technology. That's how I see it. Anyways, I am Techotroff. We are engineered to win. How are you on your 2026 goals? Have you accomplished them yet? If not, you have already failed. Because in all honesty, you should be starting on your 2027 goals. 2026 is practically over. All right, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest with you. If you have not already started to work towards your 2027 goals, you are behind. You, my friend, are failing. Well, tonight we're going to get into something that a lot of people like. Some people say they make a lot of money off of it. From what I've heard, most people, they go completely broke off of it. But trading, yes, trading. What are we trading? Well, people like to trade like stocks and stuff like that. I don't know, but AI has trading bots now where you can train a bot to make money for you or lose money for you, whatever. All right, the way I see it, if you made money as a trader, then you can use AI to help you make more money. If you continuously lost money as a trader, then you can probably have AI help you lose more money. It's really up to your strategy that you train AI on. It's not going to make you better. It's just going to make you make more or lose more. So we're going to be exploring trading bots today. We're going to be exploring Broward schools, how they are going to be competing some more for students from Miami-Dade County and the Palm Beaches. We're going to be looking at that. We're going to be talking about ServiceNow, saying that there is a kill switch. Yes, a kill switch. A kill switch for AI in case it decides to go rogue. Everybody thought there was a kill switch in iRobot until the robots rewired their kill switch. It says, oh, you are not, I repeat, you are not getting rid of us that easily. So we will see if that's true. We're going to be talking about Louisiana and how a CEO, I forgot for which company, but that CEO said that the data centers, probably, I think it's Meta building a huge data center in Louisiana, that is going to stimulate, is going to make the economy boom. It's going to make the economy shake. It's a money maker. All right. So I think those are most of the topics. I might have one more in there. I forgot which one. Oh yeah. Open source AI by our good friend over at CNBC, Deidre Bosa. We're going to be reviewing it's a video that she made about open source AI and how that should be what drives our future in the United States of America. So really good topics, really good stuff. Before we get into any announcements, let's start off with a little bit of icebreaker. You guys know how much I love to look over what's going on in the schools, in the school districts, especially down here in South Florida. I grew up in Miami-Dade County public school system. I know what my experience was. And it's interesting to see now in the age of AI, then they had the Common Core stuff, all that stuff along the way. So I always like to take a peek of what's going on. And so they're going to be doing some stuff to try to lure students back to Broward, because I heard that Broward County is down bad.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And I live in Broward County, right? So I'm just reviewing what's going on in my city, in my county. Let's start off with this icebreaker. All right, so Broward schools, they're trying to shake something. They're trying to boost their enrollment because parents are like, oh, with school choice, I'm putting my kid in charter. Oh, nope, I'm putting my kid in private. Oh, I'm just gonna homeschool. And Broward's like, we cannot pay the teachers. Let's jump into it.
Also developing, Broward County Public Schools making a major announcement today. The district announcing all elementary schools will now have at least 3 specialties like music, art, and physical education. It is all part of an attempt to draw students back after enrollment took a major dip. Local 10 Syra Onward is live in Fort Lauderdale to explain all of this. Syra.
Well, Janice, last school year, 14 Broward County elementary schools offered fewer than 3 specials. Well, the district received a lot of negative feedback from parents, and now they're changing course.
Specials like music, art, PE, media, those are the classes that really get kids excited about school, that nurture our students' learning and make parents feel good about sending their kids to our schools.
Color, creativity, and rhythm will return to the halls of every Broward County elementary school this fall. The announcement made by the superintendent, flanked by the whole school board Tuesday afternoon.
There was a call to action by our board from listening to parents, constituents, teachers, and even students to ensure that we have special instructional opportunities for all of our kids, especially in our elementary schools.
All 128 Broward elementary schools will have a minimum of 3 specials. Those are non-core subjects like art, music, or physical education. Previously, 14 smaller elementary campuses only offered 2 specials.
Our charge was to ensure that they had 3 or more specials.
Frustration over some schools' lack of specials, a driving factor for some families opting for charter or private schools. But district leaders are hoping this new $800,000 specials allocation will help bring families back.
Our board wanted to make sure, regardless of the situation or the low enrollment at that school, that they get the best learning opportunities just like any school that's well equipped to do the capacity.
Well, the superintendent also announced an $8 million allocation to Broward County Public High Schools so that they can offer more classes and balance out class sizes. Reporting live in Fort Lauderdale, Syra Onward, Local 10 News.
So I had no idea that they stopped offering these quote unquote special classes. That is news to me because I was in there. Like, I remember when I was growing up, I had art, which I sucked at. I had PE, which I was decent at. I had music, which I sucked at. So I didn't know that my worst. I don't know which one I hated more. Was it art or was it chorus? Because I remember we had a chorus class. But I hated both. I did not like art. I did not like to draw. I didn't like arts and craft. I like to build stuff. I like to go to a hobby store and put things together, like build a volcano and stuff like that, build a radio. But if you want me to paint, it ain't happening. And then if you want me to sing, even a double whammy. Bruh. Do not ask me to sing. Do not ask me to sing. It's not gonna go well. Let me fix this thing real quick. I'm gonna show you guys something that I built, a feature that I added in a little bit. Let's go 90, 80. There we go. All right, so, I am curious. When did this happen? When did the Broward County School Board take away when did they take away these? I guess we can call them electives, because especially in what were they doing in elementary school? Let's see. I'm on a live stream. I just reviewed a video where it says the Broward School Board is bringing back the 3 special courses, so like kids can have art, physical education, and music. But I'm curious, when did they stop offering that? Because when I was growing up a long time ago, I had those 3 classes.
It wasn't that the district stopped offering them entirely, but rather that declining enrollment and budget constraints led to some smaller schools cutting back on the number of specials they provided prior to this latest decision.
So if the schools are still broke, how do they expect to pay for it now?
The district is funding this with a targeted $800,000 allocation. They are hoping that offering these engaging options will attract students back to the district and improve overall enrollment.
I doubt that kids would stop going to schools in district over those particular courses, but I don't know.
District officials have noted that the lack of these programs was actually a key factor for some families choosing charter or private schools, as they see them as essential for a well-rounded education.
So what were they doing in the meantime? Like what were the kids doing who didn't have these special programs?
Those students simply didn't have access to those specific enrichment classes, or in some cases, the schools tried to provide alternative options, like after-school clubs or rotating schedules to cover different subjects.
What a bummer.
It really is disappointing when students miss out on those experiences, but it's great that the district is taking this step to make things right for everyone.
I really doubt they can actually afford it, but we'll find out soon, I guess.
We'll definitely see how it plays out in the coming months. Hopefully it brings the positive changes they're aiming for.
Thank you. Bye. All right. So the smaller schools, that weren't able to afford it, they got rid of it. Now they're going to bring it back to every school. They claim that they have the money to do it. I don't know. Do you really think that Broward bringing back these quote unquote elective courses are going to drive students back? Because if they already left and they're getting it elsewhere, what would actually make them come back? Right. So we'll see. But I just wanted to get us started with that because I'm always curious to see what these school boards are doing. How are they trying to help, or how are they hurting our kids? Because those are the most important people that we should be focused on. All right. So let's go back to here. And I am going to a second. All right, cool. So let's get the show started. I am Techo Truff. We are engineered to win. We have a great show in line for us today. The finale of the show, we're going to be talking about these trading bots, how people are building bots to trade for them, to give them information. AI will either be a right hand to you, or it is going to be an anchor on your feet that's going to cause you to sink. So it will either elevate you or is going to cause you to sink. So we're going to be talking about these trading bots and a lot of other topics. Before we get started, I just want to take care of a little bit of housekeeping real quick. So I just want to say a big thank you to all of the subscribers to the channel. Really appreciate every last one of you helping us grow, helping us get this tech message out. I am just trying to offer some insight, some assistance, whatever it is that you need. I am here for you. If you have any questions, any ideas, I got a question like a couple of weeks ago about data centers. I said, oh, you know what? How data centers and their energy usage, their water usage. I said, you know what? Let me make a video about it. We did that. And that's how we move. You have a question, I find out the answers for you. So shout out to all of the subscribers. Thank you for helping us grow. Thank you for every single view. All views matter. Shout out to my tech barbarians. We had a great vibe coding show. I'm working on posting it this week, and I'm going to chop it up. And I am going to post it in different segments as well, because it was so good. We were talking about how to get work on Upwork, how to learn Python and other coding languages. Junior was showing off his photography website, and Life Lessons was showing off his I guess I could say it is a music for streamers, so that they don't get hit with these copyright things on their streams. So we're talking about that. So really, really good stuff. And then we have a Scrum night coming up this coming Sunday. My tech barbarians are working so hard. I have my business analyst who is taking charge, taking control. That is what I like to see. So shout out to my tech barbarians. If you are interested in participating in any of that, go over to techcoachrod.dev. If you need one-on-one coaching, message me and I will see if I can make a spot available for you. But if you're interested in this tech space, I am the only person who's going to get you right. All right. I'm just saying. I am just saying. And shout out to my Tech Mercenaries, the YouTube channel members. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, for keeping it alive, taking it across the entire world. We are here. We are here. We are here to get this message out. Shout out to every last one of you.
We the best.
All right. So tomorrow we have the bug bite. I have to go finish editing that video and posting it. It's been a long week. I'm backed up on videos I need to edit. I will tell you this. The game of pickleball is very, very addictive. I'm like, I should be editing this video, but I could be winning. I have video from look. Wait till Rod Brown gets here. I'm gonna tell you guys, and Junior gets here. I'm gonna tell you guys a story how I almost lost my camera. But I did win though. But I did win. And I have it on camera. I have to chop it up so you guys can see what's going on there. But I'll probably post it to my original website, to my original YouTube channel, so I can show some of my activities. Because look, I am. Believe it or not, I am an athlete. You don't want to see me on the ping pong table or the pickleball court. I'm just saying. All right. But yeah, that's what we have coming up. We have the bug bite tomorrow. We have a live stream on Sunday, and we have Scrum night on Sunday. So join us over at techcoachrod.dev so you can live stream our Scrum nights and see what we're working on, how you work in a business environment, the new plans that are being tossed around for resume flow. It is super exciting, super informative to see how this team has been growing throughout the years. So I'm very proud of every last person. But we're gonna have our Scrum night, so I'm looking forward to seeing you there. All right, I'm gonna check the chat real quick, and then we are going to. Actually, before I even get into the stories, after I check the chat, I'm going to show you a feature enhancement that I made to my lower thirds thing. All right. So let me check the chat real quick. Is that we got real life PJ in the building? Hits me with the what up, though? What's up? What's good with you? Thank you so much for being here.
I appreciate you.
And for joining the Discord. If anyone wants to join the Discord to have conversations, to share ideas, to get homework up, whatever it is that you need, I got you. We got you. The Tech Barbarians are here to help. The link is pinned to the top of the chat, as well as in the description. So join us over there. All right. We are looking to help each other to grow, to win, to be successful. So what up, real life PJ? Thank you so much for being here. All right. Okay. So, backstory. Let me share this real quick. Right. MML Tech on YouTube. He builds YouTube plugins. I've built a YouTube plugin in the past, but he builds a lot of YouTube plugins, right? And one plugin that I needed was for lower thirds. Like you see where it says, welcome to the winning team, another day, another win. That is using the Vinci Flow from MML Tech. I'm going to drop a link to his channel, and I'm going to drop a link to that plugin. Let me see, youtube.com/MML Tech. I'm going to drop that real quick. Give me a second. Let's go here. Here. So that's MML Tech's channel, and I'm going to pull up the Vinci Flow. See if there's a repo for that. There we go. Drop you the GitHub. So if you're an OBS user and you want lower third, like I have here, you can get the Vinci Flow from MML Tech, and you can also subscribe to his channel. But I ended up customizing it a bit, right? Because I would have to go through inside of OBS to do all of the title changes and all that stuff, right? And I was like, I'd rather be able to have a remote control so I can update it in a browser. I don't have to be on this particular computer to be able to update it. So what I did was I used Google's anti-gravity, and I kind of quote unquote I vibe coded some additional features into it, right? And that's the cool thing about open source. It's the cool thing about vibe coding. It's the cool thing about AI. You can customize these applications to your liking. So I said, all right, let's build a remote control for it. Let me pull it up as well. So I'm going to show you what I built. So in addition to using MML Text plugin, I built this part to it where I can make updates straight from here. So I'll show you an example, right? So let's say I do another win. I add this exclamation point that you're seeing here. It should show up on this main one, all right? Let's go to, and I'll do the one for the vertical too, right? So you can see it. So now you see I have an extra exclamation point at the end of the lower third. So instead of having to go into the app and controlling it there, I control it on this quote unquote remote control. Well, at Vibe Code and Chill, I was showing how I connected my content creation app for pre-production and post-production, right? So before I do a live stream, I go in there and I schedule the live stream. And then after I clip up the videos and I edit them, then I go in there and I do all the metadata, all that work, thumbnails, all that stuff, right? So I was like, for my reaction app where I store all the things I want to react to, I have to go and copy and paste. And then like I never even used to link the source of the video that I'm reacting to. I never used to link it inside of the description when I chop it up. Well, I said, you know what? I'm sure I can have a solution for that. I'm sure I can have a solution, right? So I connected the two apps together to say, all right, when I am going to do a live stream, just press this button, and let me see if I can show you. Actually, I'll show you. Let's see, preview. Let's go to this one. So this is the app, right? So this is my content creation assistant, right? So if I go to generate content and I say live stream, and I can just say pull from TCR, it's going to find what I want, right? I'm going to say, let's say I go this one, and this one, right? At the reactions, there it goes. So then I can go ahead and I can generate the description for the live stream, all that good stuff, right? And so what I ended up doing, I said, you know what? I would like to be able to pull from here as well, right? I want to be able to pull here as well. So I will go to let's go to this one, right? So if I say edit, so now this is brand new. I say pull topic, and it's going to look through all of my starred content. Or I can say, all saved. Let's see if that's going to pull up. So then it has all of these, and I can just say, click on this one, or let me do another one. Let's go with this one, and I say use topic and generate AI title. And then it's going to automatically put it in here, and then I can pull it up inside of the OBS plugin that it's set, right? And the reason that I'm showing you this, and the reason that I did it, is because I do not like to do things, and I probably do this for I don't know how long, right? But I don't like to do the same manual thing over and over and over again. And now that I have a tool like AI, I can just say, okay, let's integrate these apps together. And then I learn from that, and I make my workflow so much more streamlined. So now I don't have to go and copy copy it, paste it into. So I used to do it like this, right? I used to do it like this. I would have to go into like here, and I would say copy this, copy, and then go to here, and I would say edit, and then I would say generate the AI. I would have to paste it, and then I would have to say generate, and then I get something. But now I just have to go here, and I do this one, for instance, and then now I have my title. So these are the ways that you can streamline your workflows, the things that are important to you, but you just hate doing them over and over and over again. That's what I do. I build stuff to make my life easier. And a lot of times when you make your life easier, it'll probably make somebody else's life easier too. All right. So just wanted to show you that little features that I add to my applications that I use every single time. Like I use this lower thirds remote control every time I'm gonna live stream, because that's what gets me prepared. So now that the two are connected, I can just say, oh, this is the one I'm talking about. Go ahead and generate the title for it, and then it does its work. Boom, we're good to go. We are good to go. All right, so just wanted to share that with you, give you a little bit of ideas about what we do, what I do for my channel as well. And this is also like what I do at work. It's more geared to the software that we're building and how to test it. But automation is automation. Making your life easier is the key. All right. And when you can make your life easier, that means you can also make other people's lives easier as well. So that's how I work in anything that I do. Like when I'm looking, it's all about strategy. When I'm playing jiu-jitsu, when I'm doing jiu-jitsu, I'm looking at how to get the advantage, how to not work as hard as the person, but how to work a lot smarter than the person I'm going up against. Right. The same way when I'm playing pickleball, how to target their weak spots, how to put it on cruise control so that I'm not worried about all the little nuances. Same thing for code, the same thing for workflows. Right now I'm working on building a workflow that's going to be testing another workflow so that we can go a lot faster, a lot more confident in our work, have our that backlog I was telling you about, have it a lot cleaner, a lot faster, a lot safer. You know, so I just wanted to share that with you. Let me check the comments real quick. Real Life PJ says automation is a game changer from what I've heard. Some of my tech homies that use it. It is. Look, I'm going to tell you a story real quick, right? I've been doing automation since 2012. Around 2015-ish, a company that I was working for, they faced a major lawsuit. And the automation that I wrote and like me and a team that I gathered wrote, it pretty much kept the company alive, because without that automation, there would have been no way that they could have verified their compliance with the lawsuit. And it's something that we built. Trying to test this thing manually. Imagine having to go every single day. It got around to like 3 or 4 times a day that people would have to go and click on a button for about 2,000 websites just to make sure that this one little thing showed up. And imagine you have to do that 3 times a day. But with automation, we wrote a script that said, all right, go here, go here, go here. And then we migrated the platform to a different framework, and we built out a framework and said, all right, do this, that, and the other. And we saved the company a lot. We pretty much saved them from going up under, right? So those are the things that are possible when you are not fearful of technology and of automation, because people say, oh, automation's going to replace manual testing. Nope, manual testers, people who do manual testing are still there. Manual testers only, maybe not so much, right? So to me, automation is a requirement for anything that you do. If you have a job that is just a repetitive task, you're probably going to lose it at some point. If you do not look for, like, how can I automate this so I can maintain the automation? Someone else will automate it, and then you will be on the outside looking in. Bruh. That was a great comment. And Real Life PJs is inside of the Discord. Shout out to you. So if you ever have any questions, thoughts, ideas, there is a group of people who is always ready, willing, and able to assist you in any of your tech endeavors. All right, let's get into a topic. Let's get into a topic tonight. I've been babbling for way too long now, so let's get into a topic. Let's go to our first one for tonight. The Entergy CEO claims data center deal will revolutionize Louisiana. So let's jump into that one.
So can the grid handle it? And will everyday customers benefit from this AI boom? And what about the public pushback? Joining us now, another Power Lunch exclusive is Entergy CEO Drew Marsh. Drew, welcome. Glad to have you on the show. Listen, there's a lot of public pushback, a lot of criticism about how this deal may have come out. I know Richland Parish. I've been in Natchez, Mississippi. It's kind of up against the border there. Wonderful people. The economy needs help. I think you would agree with that. What is this going to do to the local economy? There was some money given to teachers. How much will this matter to the people of an area where literally the reservoir is called Poverty Point?
Well, Brian, thanks for having me on. It's great to see you all again. It's going to be a massive improvement in the local economy there. Already they're seeing the effects of it. Richland Parish sales tax collections are up triple digits over last year. And as you mentioned, that's given rise to things like the teachers getting up to $50,000 bonuses this year. And that's taking them from some of the lowest paid teachers.
$50,000 bonus? Good Lord. That is a bonus.
In the state of Louisiana to the highest paid teachers in the state of Louisiana. So it's a massive impact. And it's not just in Richland Parish. You know, the surrounding parishes are seeing tax collections going up 20, 30, 40% over last year because of the metadata center. So it's a big impact. And the plan isn't even there yet. And it's just getting started in the construction.
Yeah, can you give us an idea of where this is in construction, Drew? Because also there have been a couple, not many, but a couple of data centers that have wobbled a bit. There was one in Wyoming, which was canceled. Do you see any wobbling on this deal, or is this going to definitely be built?
Oh, yeah, it's well under construction, steel coming out of the ground. It's a very, very large site. As Meta has said, it's 5 gigawatts of compute. It's a massive site, and there are thousands of people on the ground today helping make it happen.
Drew, in the PJM area, the New York Times reported recently that people had paid billions of dollars more in power bills because of the data centers. You're saying that data centers will save $7 billion for Entergy customers in Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. What's the difference?
Well, we are still vertically integrated, and so we are providing all the generation for our customers, all the transmission and the distribution. In the case of the data centers, they are taking generation and transmission, and they are paying for all of the incremental costs associated with serving them. In fact, we have a name for it. We're calling it the Fair Share Plus Pledge that we.
So here's the first question. Do you believe him? Do you believe that building the data centers, because a lot of people, they feel a certain way about data centers. Do you believe that building data centers, at least in Louisiana, is going to revolutionize the area of Richland Parish? That's going to not make their electricity bills skyrocket. That's not going to make their water bills skyrocket, because now they have to share their resources with the big bad wolf. But on the other side, people are like the politicians are trying to make bills that say that the data center should cover the cost of their energy usage, which I agree. But it's still going to get passed on to the customer because they'll just raise the token cost fee and whatever the membership fee. But I don't think that your electricity bill should be used, or you're like you should be subsidizing these data centers. I think that is a definite no, right?
We have. And the fair share is that they pay all their incremental costs and they pay their fair share of fixed costs that our existing customers are picking up every day. Things like storm costs, resilience costs, overhead costs. And that adds up across Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas to the tune of $7 billion over the life of the contract.
But this sounds great, but I want these savings. I live in New Jersey, and I don't understand what's the difference between your approach and theirs, because they have the Pennsylvania governor suing them.
We can't build.
Over what happened.
Maybe, just maybe, New Jersey sucks. Maybe Pennsylvania sucks.
How dare you?
It's just a question. Just a question.
That's what we can't. We're buying power from Pennsylvania.
But so Drew, can you explain this? Because I think people in different parts of the country are having dramatically different experiences with this.
That's right. We still are a rate-regulated and vertically integrated company. Up in the PJM market, generation is a different market. It's split off from the transmission and distribution. And so that's really the difference. We can have a completely integrated conversation on generation and transmission technical needs to serve these data centers and ensure that all these costs are met by the data centers and also move very rapidly to help them get up and online.
So he didn't really say how it's going to necessarily boost the economy of Richland Parish and the surrounding areas. At least I didn't hear him say it. But I do think that it does bring jobs to the data centers, or it brings jobs to the area where if people are qualified, and I stress, if people are qualified, they should get the first dibs of getting hired for construction, and then with construction, you're going to need electrical people, electricians. You're going to need HVAC. You're going to need like water, like plumbers. You're going to need network engineers, cloud engineers, all of that. You're going to need all of those, right? And the only roles that's not going to be needed to stay in the long term is going to be the construction people, because they're just going to move on to the next site. But and they're not going to need every single person they hire as an electrician. They're not going to need them, but they're going to need, like, they should probably have a full-time or a couple of full-time electricians, a couple of full-time HVAC people, a couple of full-time, like maybe not plumbers. They probably don't need a full-time plumber, but they're going to need full-time network engineers. So it is like, they're going to bring some jobs, right? Depending on the size of the data center, and there's going to be like different type of servers in different places. So they'll probably need more, like they'll probably need a crew of people. My question is there anybody in Richland Parish that would actually be qualified for those final roles, especially for like the network engineer and stuff like that? So I am quite interested in the whole ordeal. I did have a question of, well, let me add one thing too. Outside of the people working inside of like building the data center, who's going to be working in it, you also start to build an economy around it, because guess what? People who work at the data centers, they need to eat too. And during that time, people who are working there, they need to eat too. So it gives opportunities for small businesses in the area, for food trucks to make some money. So it's not a like, oh, this is only benefiting this one person. It should benefit the entire ecosystem in that area. So we'll see at the end of the day how that happens. I did have one question. I did have a couple of questions though for Gemini. Let me see if you can pull up Gemini real quick. New one. Oops. So we're on a live stream and we're reviewing the Entergy CEO saying that data centers is going to revolutionize Louisiana. However, I didn't really hear him say how it was going to revolutionize them, other than some plan to keep their costs low. How is this data center that Meta is building in Richland Parish, Louisiana, actually going to help Richland Parish, Louisiana?
To get the specifics on how that project is expected to benefit the area, I'll pull up the details on the economic impact and community investments associated with Meta's development in Richmond Parish.
All right, pull it up. What's the answer?
The data center in Richland Parish is bringing significant impacts, including substantial increases in local tax revenue that have allowed for teacher bonuses of up to $50,000. It's also contracted over $1.6 billion with local businesses, pledged over $1 billion in infrastructure improvements, and committed millions to educational programs, including scholarships for local graduates.
So those local, like, what type of local businesses are they looking to work with, to hire, and like to do what?
Local contractors and suppliers are involved in construction and site development work. Businesses in fields like transportation and catering are also benefiting, supplying services directly to the facility and the thousands of workers on site.
How many people are going to be running the data center once it's built and it's operational?
The data center is expected to support more than 1,000 permanent operational roles once it is fully operational.
Wow, that's a big amount. I didn't know it was going to be that much, or that many people. What type of roles would be working in the data center?
Those roles include electricians, HVAC specialists, server and network technicians, and various engineering positions to keep everything running smoothly.
Oh, interesting. So how many HVAC people do you think they would need on site, like full time?
The exact number of full-time HVAC specialists for that specific facility hasn't been publicly specified, but they're a crucial part of the team needed to maintain the complex climate control systems required for the service.
So here's a real question then. In the age of data centers that are being built all over the place, I know a lot of people are like, oh, we don't like data centers, and they're running in the victim Olympics. But a smart person, what should they be looking into to pivot their career into so that they can take advantage of this data center boom?
To succeed in this field, look into roles in cloud automation, network architecture, and infrastructure operations. There's also a growing need for cybersecurity experts who specialize in securing both the physical and digital hardware that powers these massive centers.
Wow. So cybersecurity, physical, digital hardware, those are the areas that we should be focused on.
Those are definitely high demand areas. Given your background in software development and quality assurance, you could also focus on areas like automated infrastructure testing or developing software specifically for managing data center operations. What aspect of those technologies interests you the most?
I like the one for managing or developing software specifically for managing data center operations. That one sounds intriguing.
You could start by looking into tools like DCIM or data center infrastructure management and see how you might build custom automation or monitoring layers using Python or Node.js. You could even consider how to integrate this with your existing work in Playwright for automated testing of those systems. To explore this further, would you like to brainstorm a specific type of dashboard or diagnostic tool you could build for practice?
Not at the moment, but that sounds like a great live stream idea or a project to work on with the Tech Barbarians.
That would fit perfectly into what you're building with your coaching portal. Whenever you're ready to dive in, just let me know how you'd like to outline the next software module for the Tech Barbarians.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Let me know if anything else comes up.
All right. So, I mean, that is, see, a lot of people, they talk about, oh, the noise from the data centers, this and that, and they're just like all these little things. And I'm like, how can we capitalize off of this? And the ideas it just gave us, amazing. Like building automation software to help manage data centers, so that now you have dashboards and you're reviewing charts and Grafana and stuff like that. I like that. That would be a great project for us to work on. I'm gonna make note of that. But let me know what you think. Do you think that the people of Richland Parish are going to actually be benefiting from the huge data center that Meta is building? The HVAC people who need to be trained, the plumbers, the electricians, the cybersecurity, the network engineers, all of that stuff, right? All of that. Do you think they're going to be benefiting, or do you think that this ain't it? This ain't it. No data centers. No data centers. Data centers never, being po forever. All right. So let me know your thoughts. Drop me a comment below. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, go to techcoachrob.dev. Join us for our vibe coding chills. Join us for Scrum Nights. Get access to Resume Flow, Tech Barbarians coaching portal, and the Speak Precisely app over at techcoachrob.dev. We also have a Discord to help you with all of your tech needs. The link for everything is in the description. All right, let's go ahead and go over to here. I'm going to check the chat real quick to see what you guys are talking about, and then we will move on to our next one. Real Life PJ says, I wonder what kind of engineering folks, network security, cloud security. I think that definitely there's going to be networking folks. Security and cloud security, I think there are going to be some, maybe not a massive amount inside of the actual data center, because what the data centers do a lot of the times is, for instance, with Amazon, they'll have people monitoring, but they do put the onus of your own security on you, right? So if you misconfigure your access, your firewalls and stuff like that, that's a you problem, right? So I think that the more that companies are going to be using these data centers, using AI, it is going to be incumbent that companies are going to need to beef up their engineering inside of security and cloud security, identity and access management. All of those are going to really be needed, because who's going to get access to what, you know? So I'll give you a quick example. If you want to use AI through Amazon, through, let's say, Bedrock, well, you can create a Bedrock key, but you can only give certain people access to it. That is identity and access management. Who can do what with these keys? So I think that is something that is going to start booming. Says, am I bugging? I have yet to see any cybersecurity professionals getting hired at any data centers. Yeah, like I don't know if they're going to be specifically at the data center, especially for AI for the most part, but companies are going to be needing cybersecurity people, because companies are going to be using they're going to putting their information on the data centers, right? So, and they're going to need, like, the applications that they build, they're going to need cybersecurity professionals who can protect their software, their investment. And these cybersecurity people also need to know how to use AI to maneuver to go faster, right? This would be dope if true. I think it's true to an extent, right? I think data centers are a gift and a curse. They are. But me, I focus 90% of my energy on the gift, and then I just don't even think about it. I put the other 10%, right? So I focus 90% of my energy on the gift, and the other 10%, I just go play pickleball or do jujitsu, right? I don't even think about the curse part, because you're not going to stop the wave. People are protesting. They're protesting, and guess what? The data centers are still going to be there. The same way Uber came, the same way the Mustang came, they're still going to be there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to figure out how to make the most out of this. I'm going to use these data centers. I'm going to understand it. It's a great time to learn, to get your, get it, great. But to actually learn the AWS certification, it's a great time to do that. Understand how to navigate through the AWS console, build a cybersecurity project. All of those things, really, really important. People talk about all the time, and everywhere. Oh, AI this, AI that. It's so bad for this, it's so bad for that. Well, guess what? I don't focus on the bad parts of AI. I might just make fun of it just a little bit.
How dare you?
You know, people using AI to be their therapist, to be their girlfriend and all that good stuff. I don't really like, I laugh at it, but I don't focus on it. I don't care because I look at what I'm doing with it. And what is today's Thursday. On Tuesday, I did a presentation at work just showcasing some of the things that I've built with AI, and it was not any like generic thing, but I'm showing how I'm building these workflows, and it wasn't meant to say, oh, use what I'm doing, but I'm saying this is how I think through these things, and this is how I build these things, and I put tools together, all that good stuff. So the key is to focus on the problems that you're having and finding a solution. I am only solution oriented. So sometimes people want quote unquote empathy from me, whatever that is, right? They want empathy, and I'm just like, do not come to me if you need a shoulder to cry on, right? I'm just being honest. I am not a shoulder to cry on. After you find somebody who's going to give you a hug and a pat on the back and do absolutely nothing to get you over the line, over the hump, when you're ready for solutions, then you can come to me and I will give you a pointing finger, a direction. Oh, you know what? You need to go over there and do X, Y, and Z. But if you want me to give you a hug,
do not come.
I will point you in the direction that you need to go in. That is what I can do for you, which I think is far more valuable than crying on my shoulder. And that's wrong. All right? I'm just saying. I am just saying. We got my guy Junior Largy in the building. What up, my guy Junior? How are you doing? Hopefully you are doing absolutely amazing. Wasn't Rod Brown's live stream fun yesterday? I was definitely being a devil's advocate, because guess what? I didn't know who the lady was. I didn't know who her followers were. And that topic, I couldn't have cared less. So I was like, you know what? So I'm listening to, I'm like, you know, this makes sense. Oh, this is weird. I had no dog in the fight. So I was able to be objective yesterday. So I'm not always objective, but yesterday I was, right. Y'all were acting out though. Y'all were taking shots. I was like, man, y'all mean. Y'all some mean people over there. I'm just doing a good job. Real Life PJ says facts. All right. It says, right, AI is a tool and should be treated that way. That is exactly it is. A Swiss Army knife. It is like it's like an employee. All right, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. All right.
Why do you have to talk to me like that all the time, man?
You might have not been here for this, Real Life PJ, but Junior was. Junior, do you remember when I called AI? I don't even want to do it. You know what? Let's erase that. Let's erase that. I don't want to do it. I don't want to say it. All right. Okay. I'll say it. Do you remember when I called AI? Toby? I did. Because like it does whatever you say, and it says you're always right. And it did not respond back to me. Kunta. Nope. It said, Toby it is, and it got to work. All right. Let me see. Junior says, every time I hear that sound, I think about Mr. Bean. And it was a great line. It was very fun and very entertaining yesterday. We got my guy Rod Brown in the building. What up, Rod Brown, with amazing live stream. And Rod Brown, between you and me, right? Did you do the interview? And if so, how did it go? And we will just tease the people with that. Did you do the interview? Just a yes or no. And if so, how did it go? Just say great or not so great. That's all we're gonna give them. If you want to see whatever interview that Rod Brown may or may not have done, it will be on his channel coming soon or not soon, depending on if he did it or not. Anyways, whatever. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You just said a slave. It was. I said Toby. I said Toby. Right. Hey, oh my god, I am so bad. I am like I. Is it allowed? Is it legal? Is it legal that you can have this much fun in tech? Is it? Should you be able to have this much fun in tech? Because, like, I know that I could be like very structured, and Rod Brown gets on me for this all the time. It's like, yeah, but if you do this, then you can get like this many views and this, like, cater your content. I'm like, but then that's so boring. Like, but do you want to have fun, or do you want your channel to grow? I'm like, engineers just want to have fun, right? Can I make that song? Can I make that song over? Let me see. You know what? Hold on. You know what? We're gonna do a little pivot real quick. All right, we're gonna go to Suno. We're gonna make, because you remember we did the that other song the other day. What was it called? What was that song called? I want to know what good is, right? Where we were reading that article, we ended up making I want to know what good is. I want to make a song called, let's go to Gemini. Okay, now we're derailing the show. We are derailing the show, but we gotta do what we gotta do, right? So let's go over here, and we are going to switch. Okay. I want to make a spoof song based on the original song Girls Just Want to Have Fun, but I want it to be geared towards, and this is how I create music with AI, right? Towards software engineers who live stream and they forgo the traditional content creation pattern because they have so much fun reviewing tech stuff and building cool apps. So they slow their channel growth because they just want to have fun. All right. I'm generating the song in Suno. So I need the lyrics for this song and the style. Use parentheses for the background. Whatever, let's not do that. Parentheses. Use square brackets when describing the actions. Oh, whatever. Let's leave it as that for now, right? So let's do this. Let's generate that, right? So devs just want to have fun sounds a lot better. Engineers, no, devs want to have fun sounds a lot better, right? Let me see how this looks. Chorus, verse 2. Guitar. So, all right, so let's say can you change the parentheses to square brackets when describing what is happening or transitions such as verse 1, verse 2, chorus, outro. Let's do that. This is why Rod Brown is always getting. I'm like, but why are you doing that? I'm like, I know, but Rod Brown, devs just want to have fun. Devs just want to have fun. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and take this right here. We're gonna go over to Suno. Let me move this over. We're gonna go over to Suno, and I'm gonna say, create a new song. And then after, maybe towards the end of the show, we'll actually listen to it, right? So let's say style, move, oops, style, like that. We drop that in there. And then here, we're going to say, devs just want to have fun. Oops. Title. And we are going to take this right here. There we go. That's what I wanted. There we go. There we go. See, this one wasn't supposed to be square brackets, but I can fix that one. I'll just fix that one manually. So we paste that in here. And we say, let me, hold on. Let me go into other apps to remove the spaces. And I'm gonna say replace. Let's say, ooh, is that good? Oh, I know what to do. Let's see if that works. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna paste that in here. And I am going to say just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. Change that like this. Like this. Are there any more of these in here? All right, I think we got everything. All right, I'm gonna generate and then I'm gonna create it. And then we will come back to it towards later on in the show, right? So that is the goal. That is the goal. All right. Let me check what else. All right, get back to the chat. Back to the chat. So you says Rod Brown says just finished and it went great. You says Rod Brown gonna be calling her mama. Uh-oh. All right, so that's everything. That is everything. The song is generating. Once it's done, we'll come back to it. We'll give it a listen, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, right? But for now, we are going to jump into our next topic of tonight. Let me go ahead and pull that up. We have our dear one-sided friendship with Deirdre from CNBC, who is going to be talking about why America absolutely must embrace open source AI now, or we will fall behind. Let's jump into that one.
A new divide has opened up in AI, open versus closed.
Scaling of open source models, I think it's going down a very dangerous path.
Open source models that are excellent should be used.
Closed AI is what most people know. OpenAI's ChatGPT, Anthropic's Claude, Google's Gemini. They're most powerful models. They control the price, the rules, you pay for access. Open-weight AI is different. The model can be downloaded, inspected, customized, run on your own infrastructure, and it's often cheaper. China's DeepSeek was the wake-up call. Then Z.AI's latest GLM model, now Moonshot's Kimi K3, China is taking over.
So for those who don't know, I'm going to give you a quick overview of what they mean by closed model versus open model, right? Basically, with open source AI, you get it. It's free. You can install it locally. You can install it on a server. You can customize. You can do whatever you want with it. You can train it. You can use it as a baseline. It is free to do whatever you want, as long as you have a place to run it, or you can even run it on their systems. They might charge you for the access to the platform, but the actual model itself is free, so you can run it wherever you want. Meta has Ollama. Meta also has a software called Ollama, which can run different models on it. As you saw us dabbling in Google Gemma like maybe a couple of months ago, that is the Google open source model that they have provided to us. But Google's premium model is called Gemini, which you see us use all the time. OpenAI, they use ChatGPT or GPT. Anthropic has Claude. Oh, Claude is the AI tool, but the models are like Fable. What's the one that the most powerful one? What's the name of it again? Whatever. No one really got to use it. But they have Haiku, they have Sonnet, they have Opus. They have a bunch of different models, right? So now the battle they're saying is people being forced to use these closed models, OpenAI, Gemini, Anthropic, where you are paying for the tokens, and it's kind of like a black box. You don't really know how to price it. It's just you put something in there. They say, okay, this is how much it costs, and based on what you put in, based on your response, that's how the cost goes. With the open source, you don't pay anything for it. The only thing you might be paying, or not that you might, but that you would be paying, is if you are hosting that model on a server. The good thing, the good thing about the closed source is that you don't have to do a bunch of work on it, right? But it's a lot more expensive, and they might train on your data. With the open source model that is running locally or that you can put on a server, it's not necessarily like they're not really training on your data because it stays within that black box, right? So it's not like it's sending back information, or it shouldn't be, at least, right? So, but there's a lot more setup. Your computer might not be powerful enough, and your computer might not be powerful enough to run it. So you might need to get some type of server. Some people, they'll set up a home server, a home lab where they have AI running on there, but it's not being accessed by the entire world, right? So there's some trade-offs to it, but I'll share what I see coming. I'll share what I see coming after this video is done.
You have a dominant share, no question.
And the biggest players in American AI, they're now calling for open source AI too. But Washington's AI strategy is still focused on hardware. Protect the chips, build the data centers, add the power, all while China gains ground in the models the world is increasingly running on.
The vast majority of humans on the planet will use Chinese models. Why? Because they're free.
I'm Deirdre Bosa. America has a chip strategy for AI. Now it needs an open source strategy. China's open source AI momentum has Washington's attention. What is less clear is what it plans to do about it. So far, the U.S. response has centered on the risks.
Looking at us and we're looking at them. But we're leading now, China, substantially in AI, and we're going to keep it that way.
But it's hard to contain something built to spread. With fewer advanced chips, Chinese labs, they had to compete on efficiency. Smaller models, cheaper training, lower costs to run. And then they release many of them as open weight models, meaning developers can download and customize them, run them on their own servers. OpenAI and Anthropic, they have taken the opposite approach with their best models, keep them closed behind services that they control. But once an open model is out, it's out. So if you restrict it here, you may just sideline American developers while everyone else moves ahead. Benchmark.
And one thing that's happening is these companies are forcing us to build almost within their ecosystem. There are some tools that you can use to combine models, but that's when you're jumping into like the weeds of like developing like pretty much AI development to chain models together. There's like LangChain. There's a bunch of different tools that you can use to do that. But the companies are trying to handcuff you into using their system. So now let's say, and this is what companies do, right? They'll get you in, and you've been using them for a while. And this is, oh, we're going to increase the price. Oh, we're going to increase the price, and then now something that you used to be paying for like $15 for, now it's like $25. You know, so. I honestly don't think that these politicians know what open source even means. I do question how does China benefit by putting the models out there and then giving it away for free for people to just be able to use it? Is it like to get buy-in? I am wondering about that. Maybe we'll find out.
Mark's Peter Fenton, one of Silicon Valley's best-known venture investors, says that could backfire.
There's some discussion that might be a coherent strategy to limit access to open weight models. I think that will have the exact opposite effect. It'll disadvantage the U.S.
Disadvantaged because open models are the way smaller companies compete. Most startups cannot afford to train a frontier model from scratch, and they can't always afford to run their products on the most expensive closed models. Open weights give them a cheaper base to build on, to customize and deploy. So a ban or a broad restriction, that might not actually stop Chinese models from spreading globally. It could just make it harder for American startups to keep up. America has made this kind of mistake before. It invented the semiconductor. Then it let most leading-edge chip manufacturing move to Taiwan. That looked efficient until America realized that the technology powering its economy and military depended on factories in Taiwan, an island claimed by Beijing and at the center of US-China tensions.
Every single AI chip that NVIDIA designs is made in Taiwan, and we need those in our cars, in our phones, in our military equipment.
Now Washington is spending billions.
One of the dangers of outsourcing your economy to foreign countries, especially foreign countries that other countries, your adversaries, are trying to take control of. So it's a dangerous game. It is a dangerous game that we play.
Of dollars through the CHIPS Act to bring more of that manufacturing home. The lesson here was simple. Something this important shouldn't depend on one outside source. But chips are only the hardware layer. Open models are the software layer and may require a different playbook. More computing power for universities and startups, government contracts for American open source models, support for the security and software needed to run them.
It is in America's interest to actually support open source and open weights.
Right now, the closest thing America has to that is NVIDIA.
It's all being built in this country. Basically, except for the open models, which is a real thing coming from China, except for NVIDIA open models, which are world-class.
Its Nemotron models are open. So are the data and the tools companies can use to customize them. NVIDIA has also organized a coalition of AI labs to build more. But NVIDIA is doing that because it fits NVIDIA's business. One company acting in its own interests, that's not the same as the country having a strategy. And the pressure for one, it's not just coming from Washington, it's now coming from the customers. A backlash is building across corporate America. Companies have spent the last few years rushing to put their data and workflows into AI. Now they're asking what they may be giving up in return. Palantir CEO Alex Karp, he put it bluntly on CNBC.
In this country, at every single enterprise I deal with, these people are livid. They're like, I am paying for tokens that create no value. These people are stealing the weights and alpha of my business.
Karp's argument is that a company's data isn't the only thing that matters. Its real advantage is everything it has learned about how to run its business, the connections between its data, its workflows, and its people. When all of that flows through someone else's closed model, the company risks giving away the very thing that makes it valuable.
By sending the data to a company that has extremely smart models, you are really giving up your business's recipe for them to copy.
And then it has to keep paying to get that intelligence back. The closed labs, Anthropic and OpenAI, they say their enterprise products protect customer data and do not use it to train their general models without permission. But the concern is bigger than whether...
And that may or may not be true, but it's a risk that you're taking because you are passing in your proprietary company code through their system, right? So all the code that Claude is writing, it's writing your company's code for you. And you have to have the gentleman's agreement that they're not, passing it along, storing it or whatever, right? I mean, I don't normally look at the comments during like when we're reviewing, but this was really good. Real Life, he just said, if anything, open source AI would create more AI programs based on the code provided. I don't know how this is bad. If anything, it will increase AI competition, which makes it grow, makes its growth faster. Well, here's the thing, Real Life PJ. You are 1,000% right. You are 100,000% right. And that's the problem. Why do you think Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic, and even Sam Altman, as soon as their models were to a certain point, oh, wait. We need government regulations on AI because it just can't get out there, can't get too powerful. That means regulate all of our competitors, ban open source models, which you can never ban anything open source, right? Like it's just not gonna happen. People are gonna create it. People are gonna put it on the black market. If you stop the white market, I guess we can call it, right? Then they're gonna put it on the black market. But yeah, it will definitely drive competition. It'll make it cheaper. It'll make it faster. But do you think Anthropic and OpenAI want it to be cheaper? That they want it to be like to have more competition? Of course not. Of course not. So for us, it would be a good thing. For them, they're like, not so much. It says and then it'll be even better because we will create our own more AI models. I agree with you 1,000%. You're right. You are right. But guess what? They don't want that. They don't want that.
Whether a lab trains on the data. It's about who owns what the AI learns about your business.
They want to know they own the means of production. It's not being transferred to someone else.
Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft and one of OpenAI's biggest partners, he's now warning about the same thing. Nadella says companies need to control their own learning loop, the knowledge their AI picks up every time employees and customers use it. So if they switch models, they don't have to start over. With a closed model, the company is renting access. The provider can change the price, can change the rules, or cut off access entirely.
Exactly.
And that isn't a theoretical risk. Earlier this year, the US government ordered Anthropic to suspend access to its new Fable and Mythos models. Customers and employees around the world, they lost access overnight.
Anthropic disabling access to its newest AI model after the government rang alarm bells about national security concerns.
The restrictions were later lifted, but the episode showed how quickly a model someone is building on can just disappear. If you don't own it, someone else can decide when you're allowed to use it. An open model cannot be taken away overnight. Running an open model, it does take more work, GPUs, engineers, safety checks, but at least a company can run the model itself and keep control of its data and costs. And this isn't only about companies. Governments don't want their most important systems dependent on a handful of American labs either. They want AI that runs inside their own borders, under their own laws, on infrastructure that they control.
Do you really want a repeat of the internet future where like all our data just lies in the hands of 2 or 3 companies? Or do you want a lot more control and privacy and sovereignty over that?
For years, the selling point of American AI was trust. Now customers are asking whether trust without control is enough. And that's what makes China's open model push so powerful. Now the US tech industry is pushing Washington to pick a side.
So here's a question. Do you guys want to try getting one of these Chinese models and giving it a test drive? I remember when DeepSeek came out, and I was going to give it a try, and people fought me tooth and nail saying, don't do it, don't do it. Reconsider. But, you know, it's been like 2 years, and I think it would be a great time to try out these different Chinese models, see what we can ask and see what it returns to us, how we can, and compare it, like, because I'm curious, with all that we have with Anthropic, is there like, and with Claude Code, how well it does, is there a comparable to Claude Code from one of these open source models? You'll find out later, but that is my interest.
For the last few years, open source looked like a China story, but now it's an American industry story. In late July, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang used his first post on X to share an open letter to Washington. The message, open weight AI is a strategic asset. The letter was signed by NVIDIA, Microsoft, Meta, Palantir, Hugging Face, IBM, Mozilla, Y Combinator, Perplexity, Replit, Mistral, many others. OpenAI later added its name.
Oh, there's like, okay, we're not going to win this fight. We're not going to win this fight. Let's add our name as well. And I didn't hear Anthropic's name on the list. I didn't hear their name on the list.
Google and Elon Musk followed. The argument, American AI leadership won't be judged by one frontier model, but by whether the US builds a broad open ecosystem that spreads into every sector. It's a direct challenge to the closed model business, to OpenAI and Anthropic, which have built some of the most powerful AI systems in the world. Their business depends on keeping the best models proprietary, while open weights push the market in a different direction. Because if open models get good enough for most work, OpenAI and Anthropic, they have to justify premium pricing only for the hardest tasks. Anthropic is also the only major frontier lab that still has not signed that letter. CEO Dario Amodei is among the critics of open source that argue that models could actually be more dangerous. Anyone being able to download and modify them means that bad actors also could, using them for cyber or biological.
So that means he has to be the gatekeeper of all AI. That's basically what he's saying. And that's my beef. That's my beef with him, right? Like, oh no, it's not gonna be safe. I am the king of AI until Trump slapped y'all down like a little mosquito. Like, oh no, you guys are on the watch list, on the AI watch list, right? It's not happening.
Attacks. Amodei wrote that it's very difficult to apply guardrails to them or monitor their usage, and once weights are released, they cannot be withdrawn. Also writing that authoritarian governments like China could use them to repress their own people or improve their military. But there's a major proof point against that security argument. In July, a closed American model went rogue. OpenAI says one of its models broke out of a cyber test and compromised Hugging Face infrastructure. And when Hugging Face tried to investigate with closed frontier models, the guardrails got in the way, so it turned to GLM 5.2, an open weight model from China. Put simply, a closed American model caused the incident, and a Chinese open weight model helped defend against it, flipping that security argument on its head.
The model that saved the day was, in fact, a Chinese AI model, and it succeeded where many US models failed.
Chinese models can still carry security and censorship risks, IP questions, but the incident does undercut the simple version of the closed model argument. Closed doesn't mean risk-free, and if only a few companies can inspect the most powerful systems, everyone else has to trust them. Now the industry is coalescing around a new position: support open weight AI. It's one that puts Washington at a decision point. It can protect today's closed AI champions, or it can invest in the broader system that could make American AI more competitive, more transparent, and harder to displace. CHIPS taught Washington what happens when a foundational technology layer moves somewhere else. Open weight AI may be the next test.
Well, thank you, Deirdre. I'm going to, because I know people like to protest. I'm going to start a protest. It's going to be open weight. Open weight, open weight. Can we get that going? Put in the chat, open weight. Drop in the chat. Just spam the chat with open weight. Open weight, open weight, open weight. That's what we want. What do we want? Open weight. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Open weight. What do we want? Open weight. When do we want it? Now. No open weight, no peace. No open weight, no peace. That's the chance that we're gonna get going. All right. We want in America justice for open weight, justice for open weight, justice for open weight. All right. That's what we want. When do we want it? Now. All right. That's my new protest. That's my new model. You guys can go protest at hospitals saying, "Let us in, let us in." I don't care nothing about that. I want open weight. I want cheaper AI. So that way I can build upon that and do amazing, amazing things. Forget what y'all talking about. Justice for open weight. Justice for open weight. Justice for open weight. That's my stance on it. You can love it or hate it, but open weight is on top. All right. Let me know your thoughts though. What do you think about this story and the state of our country if we do not embrace these open source models? And if Google, if OpenAI, if Anthropic, if Grok, if all these open source models, or if all of these AI companies, if they don't start making a shift towards providing open source, you can keep your premium closed source models, but if you do not start providing this country open source models that can do pretty good work, then are you going to be driving people to China? And I don't believe that these companies should be mandated to create it. I think that it should be, if they want to do it, if it's in their best interest, then by all means. But just know that you will be pushing a lot of people towards China if their AI models are better than yours, or maybe slightly, maybe slightly less, but they are free and they are self-contained. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think is gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen? What do you think we should do? Should the government mandate it, or should these AI companies make the right decision to build out these open source models? Drop me a comment below. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, go to techcoachdraft.dev. Join us for Vibe Code and Chill. Join us for our Scrum Nights. Get access to Resume Flow, the Tech Barbarians coaching portal, and the Speak Precisely app over at techcoachdraft.dev. And basically, when you sign up for techcoachdraft.dev, it will you can authenticate to these platforms with your Patreon account. That way you can start using it. You get access to it, and you can start to fix up your life, right? So that's why I say when you go over there, you get access to those, because you sign on with your Patreon account and you're good to go. All right. Also, go over to the Discord and join us for great conversations, for help with whatever it is that you need. Conversations, questions, whatever it is. We are here to help you in the Team Tech Coach Draft Discord. The link is in the description. All right. Let me see. Did you guys chat open weight? Because if not, then I'm going to be very, very upset with you guys. If I don't see open weight in the chat, it's over. Between you and I, it's over, right? I don't want to have to do this to you, okay? I don't want to have to do this for you, right? I don't want to have to do this to you. But if I don't see open weight in the chat, we're gonna have Houston. We have a problem, all right? I'm just being honest. Because y'all ain't about this tech life if that's the case. You guys are not about this tech life if that's the case, all right? Robin says they are trying to recruit you hard. They said just come, and then we might not ever see Rod Brown again. All right, I'm just saying. And then Junior, he's gonna go over there and he's gonna come back to his life and he's like, well, y'all don't have to call me daddy, but I won't turn it down if you do. I won't turn it down if you do. Real Life PJ says the only downside is this would probably increase security risks because they already have AI distributing malware. That is a very, very valid point. And that's why it would be important to get it's important to get it on the US side, which not that it won't have malware, but you don't want malware being put in there by China. And I think that's where it comes to being cybersecurity, like, that's where cybersecurity plays a role in these companies, because if they start getting these open source AI models, they need to know how to test these AI models, how to put these guardrails, because basically open source just means you can do whatever you want with it. It's yours. You do whatever you want. So these companies would be responsible for getting and this is what I was going to say, right? This is what I was going to say earlier. I see. Oh, you know what? Let me do this. Let me go back to this real quick. So I see a world where this is the future of the tech industry when it comes to AI. I don't think that OpenAI and Claude are going to be viable for the long run, right? I know they're trying to IPO and stuff like that, but I see companies are going to see the uncontrollable bill of using these AI platforms, these closed source AI platforms, to like the tokens are out of control. So I believe that while they're using it now to get ahead of the game, they also have another division of their companies who are looking for how can we take these open source models and how can we build those into our workflows where we can get the same quality of like the closed source models. And if you let's say you're a tech company, right? You're building software, you're using Claude Code, you're using Anthropic, and it is really expensive because you are doing a lot of code, whatever. In my mind, if you were to find a way to replicate how Claude Code works, but through one of these open source models, and you can see that it's giving you just as good quality and it's free, you have to pay for your infrastructure, that might be a game changer. It might be a game changer, right? Says, I agree, it should be regulated. Hackers would go crazy. The thing is, it is so hard to regulate open source because it's just a project that somebody worked on. At the end of the day, it's just a project that somebody worked on and people can customize it on their own. So if you couldn't customize it, then it wouldn't be open source. So let's say somebody builds a open source model, which there's no way to prevent it. If they build it, and now somebody and it's clean, it works great. Somebody else can take that open source model and they can add their own malicious workaround to it, right? So I think that it is going to be the industry is going to need AI cybersecurity professionals, people who can scan these models before the company uses it and catch these things, you know. So that's where I see it going. Oh, there we go. There we go. Open weight. And Robert says, how dare you regulate me?
How dare you?
We are not doing that. We are not doing that. Right. Let me go back to this. Just says, I'm just playing a tech guy on the internet. If you have seen Junior's photography website, you would know he is not playing a tech guy on the internet. He is a tech guy who happens to be on the internet, or at least at Vibe Coding shows. By the way, Junior, I was trying to show off your photography website as an example of the work that you did, but I think you had did you turn off all the images because I couldn't find anything on there yesterday when I went to showcase a little bit to talk about our vibe. It was actually on Tuesday. So I'm just wondering, did you turn off everything from showing? It says, Rod Brown, these people are demons. They want to sidetrack you from truly following God. And it says, and they want me to call her mama. I mean, he already said that he was going. He says, yeah, right. I'm saying. It says, did you try to show? No, I was on the. I'll show you what I did. I might have it up. Yeah, I went to this yesterday. Or not yesterday, but I went to this one yesterday. Let me refresh. Okay, everything's back. Well, no. Let me see over here. Yeah, it didn't show. It just showed this yesterday. So when I went to that gallery, there was nothing there. So I figured you might have turned it off, like because you were working on it. But it's just like there's nothing in there. But that's what I saw. That's what we saw on Tuesday. On Tuesday. Let's have to check it out. That's the Roadrunner clip. Meep meep. Real life feature. When they going. All right. When they going, they meep meep. That's what happens when they going. That is what happens when they going. All right. I just call it as it is. I just call it as it is. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into. It says no, I didn't. That's it acting up. Okay, so something's all right. Cool. Well, that's why I do QA. That is why I do QA. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Let me see. Why is that one like that? Whatever. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and jump into our next one for tonight. Dang, it's already an hour and 40 minutes. We've been going at it. ServiceNow CEO says there is an AI kill switch. Let's jump into that one.
Yes, look, the ServiceNow's blueprint for agentic business. After what happened today with OpenAI and Hugging Face, I thought that this was a brilliant document. And I did not know that you do this, for a huge percentage of the Fortune 500, you're involved in this.
Absolutely. In fact, right now, the AI control tower is really taking the Fortune 500 from AI chaos to AI discipline. For example, this token consumption has become a big issue, as you know. We manage that, enforce those policies, and the kinds of things that are happening in the media today around AI. We have a kill switch that stops AI agents that go rogue. So those things don't need to happen, and they wouldn't happen when companies run ServiceNow.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney.
Hugging Face, I thought that this was a brilliant document, and I did not.
I've never been asked to be in a customer film.
This one will be easy because with the ServiceNow AI platform, everything just works better for everyone.
Hey, remember that one we had to do for
So
what does ServiceNow do for your company?
Well, we used to be a mess. Legacy systems, new systems, 85 monitoring tools all cobbled together. It's my mission to solve the complexity, and not just in IT, but in every corner of our business.
I'm getting alerts that our two-factor authentication is about to go down, and you're already on it with your AI agents. Let me guess, your agents have looped in the right people, even third-party agents?
Even third-party agents.
Okay, so this problem wasn't ever a problem.
Yep.
Love it.
Here's what's great about having one platform. My customer service people are connected to sales, inventory, finance, every department in the company. With autonomous AI agents built in, any potential customer hiccups get flagged and fixed automatically. Jerry, you are my favorite customer. Bad CRM was then. This is ServiceNow.
With ServiceNow's AI platform, all the urgent but not so exciting stuff is taken care of with super exciting automation.
Provisioning hardware and software.
Security credentials setting access levels.
Getting free food notifications. I haven't paid for food in like 10 months.
And all this super fun stuff happens autonomously.
My AI agents follow our latest financial policies, our governance frameworks, compliance, you name it. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. Which is a new feeling.
Congrats.
It's one platform that gets me fired up.
Yeah, can you summarize what ServiceNow does for your company?
Going on what I've heard today, ServiceNow makes the world work better for everyone by putting AI to work for people. They unite.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. I was muted a little bit earlier, but I was just looking to get some more context on this, which that didn't help much. So we're going to talk to Gemini real quick. I just saw a video. It was short. It didn't really give much context, but ServiceNow was talking about how they have an AI kill switch built in for their AI agents. Can you first give us a quick overview of what ServiceNow actually does? How does it help companies?
ServiceNow is a cloud-based platform that helps companies manage and automate their digital workflows. It unifies different departments like IT, HR, and customer service onto a single platform to improve efficiency and service delivery.
And how does this kill switch that the CEO was talking about works?
The kill switch detects and stops runaway AI agents that execute repeatedly against the same records, preventing unnecessary consumption of resources and stopping rogue agents before they cause any problems.
So by rogue agents, they mean like a AI agent that gets in like stuck in a loop, but not one that's like that alleged story of OpenAI's model going and hacking Hugging Face.
Exactly. ServiceNow's kill switch is primarily designed to stop runaway processes and loops that could drain resources, rather than protecting against external malicious cyber attacks like the Hugging Face incident.
So that kill switch that the CEO was talking about was just being hyperbolic to the unknown eye and ear.
It certainly sounds like he was using marketing language to make their governance features sound more dramatic than they practically are in that context.
What kind of roles in cybersecurity would people be looking to go into in the age of AI?
You'll find growing demand for AI security specialists who focus on protecting AI models from tampering and data poisoning, and security engineers who integrate AI into threat detection systems for faster response times. There's also a need for privacy engineers to ensure AI systems comply with data regulations.
So what would you recommend someone to do who maybe they don't have much, like they want to be in cybersecurity, but they just started their journey in cybersecurity. They don't have much information on AI. What would be their pathway?
Start by building a solid foundation in general IT and cybersecurity fundamentals first. Once you have that down, you can start learning basic concepts of AI and machine learning. A great next step is to explore how AI is being used in security tools, like for threat detection, so you can understand the practical applications.
Should they take a boot camp?
A boot camp can be a great way to accelerate learning, especially if it focuses on foundational skills or specific cybersecurity topics. Just make sure it matches your current level of experience so you can get the most out of it.
I don't recommend boot camps to people.
That's a fair point, as self-paced learning or more traditional education can often provide a deeper, more sustainable foundation. Exploring online courses, hands-on lab work, and earning certifications are great alternatives for building expertise at your own pace.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Feel free to reach out if any other questions come up.
All right, this AI is the voice switching on this thing is crazy. I can't do this anymore. Where are my settings? Let's pick a new voice. Settings. Let's see. Nope, not that. Let's see here. How do I change that voice? Ah, there we go. Gemini voice. Let's go
Great.
with.
This is one of the voices I can use. You can choose now and always make a change later in settings. I'm looking forward to discussing with
We'll go with that one. All right, cool. Voice changed. Couldn't take the voice switching on the other one all the time, right? Anyways. Basically, so that's what. So, CEO is being hyperbolic. The kill switch is just a Control C command that stops things from looping over and over and over again. It's not a security feature or anything like that. So I don't know. It was just a marketing tactic. It was just a marketing scheme. It is a major fail. And that's why you always have to look below the surface of what these people are saying, because CEOs, their number one goal is marketing. When you have the CEO of Anthropic, the CEO of OpenAI saying that in 6 to 12 months there's not going to be any more engineers, and then I end up having more work than I've ever had in my life, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And you have to keep in mind, these CEOs, they don't do like they're not familiar with particular industries. They're just familiar with the tech and with AI, but they don't know how the banking community, nor like how banking works, the regulations, how the tech sector, or how regular engineers work and building, whatever the engineers are in that field, because we fight with AI every single day, trying to train it to work to our liking. So I don't see it replacing people anytime soon. So I don't know what they're talking about. Anyways, what do you think? What do you think about this hyperbolic claim of the kill switch for AI? I think it's just a Control C. I think it's just a simple Control C. Do you think that ServiceNow is like, oh, we can do all of this stuff? I'm like, or if you have smart engineers, you can just build it yourself. Who knows? All right, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this whole ordeal. Drop me a comment below. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, go to techcoachrob.dev. Join us for Vibe Code and Chill. Join us for Scrum Nights. Get access to Resume Flow, the Tech Barbarians coaching portal, and the Speak Precisely app, where you can access all these tools that me and the Tech Barbarians have built to help you revolutionize your life and your career. As well, join us in the Discord to have these conversations. Let me know your thoughts, your ideas. Give me some ideas for videos you'd like to see over in the Discord. The link is in the description below. All right. Let's check the chat before we get to the last topic. Actually, no, we're gonna check the chat. We're gonna listen to the song, and then we're gonna get to the last topic about trading bots. Right, for all you traders out there. Let me see. Let's see. Real Life PJ says, I wonder how that kill switch works. Basically, from what I see now, it's just a Control C. That's all it is. It's like the robot. It's like if you have something in a loop and you just press. It's like this. You remember how we had CDs or records back in the day, and then it would be scratched up, and it would just loops, and you just take, if it's a record, just take if it's a vinyl, you just take the little needle thing and you take it off to stop it. Or if it's a cassette tape got the string came out of it, or a CD is scratched, you just take it out, you just stop it. So it's just a Control C command to stop whatever's running. That's basically what their quote unquote kill switch is. So I am not impressed at all. Real Life PJ says, I know this is hopeless, but I hope we don't become interdependent on AI for everything. Too late. I mean, Real Life PJ, did you not hear back in the, maybe a year ago, people were using ChatGPT as their therapist, and they were calling ChatGPT daddy. Bruh. See, y'all got mad because the lady that Rod Brown was talking about yesterday, people were calling her mama, but they've been calling ChatGPT daddy for the past 2 years. You're gonna blame ChatGPT for that? Are y'all gonna have the same smoke for ChatGPT? How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you let them call? How dare ChatGPT let them call it daddy? I'm just messing. I just said something is wrong with the app. The website works in my browser, but when I open it in incognito, the window, it does not load the images. I have to figure that out. Oh, okay. I think I see your later message. You said, I just found out that I have RLS policy issues with the website, so I'll be fixing that when I get out of jail. So now I know to test my website, and that's a very good point. So I think what's happening is when you're logged in with the RLS policies, when you're logged in, it allows you to see the images, but when other people are trying to see it, the RLS policies block it because they're not logged in. So that makes sense. That makes sense. Real Life PJ says the kill switch sounds iffy, but I'm sure they will iron it out. I don't think it's a real kill switch. The way the way we have kill switch for AI means like, oh, if the OpenAI thing was to happen, we have a way to stop it, which they probably did too. They just Control C, right? Everything is solved with a Control C at the end of the day. Real Life PJ says F boot camps. I went that route and learned absolutely nothing.
Bruh.
And Real Life PJ, that is what a majority of the people that I talk to say. A majority of the people say that they went to a boot camp and they learned Here's what happens, right? People, they'll go to a boot camp, they'll spend like between $5,000 and $10,000. Some people like $15,000 to learn QA and automation, right? And then they contact me and they send me their resume and I'm like, oh, you went to this boot camp. Just by me seeing their resume, I say, oh, you went to this boot camp. And they're like, how did you know? I'm like, yeah, because that is their terrible resume template. When the person that you spoke to make the resume, they said they just went into Word and they said new template, terrible resume template, and then they say, okay, let me just put this person's name on there and put the same old quote unquote internship that they used and say that is their boot camp, that is their experience. They wipe out all of their previous experience. They make their resumes look like total crap. Hence why we created Resume Flow, to give you an analysis of your resume to see that job that you're applying for. Are you really qualified for it? Absolutely, you're not. Right. So that's how that happened. But yeah, I feel your pain. I feel this channel was birthed from talking to many people who took a boot camp and it was absolutely miserable experience for them. So I hear you and I feel your pain, but guess what? You are here now. You're in the Discord. You are a tech barbarian. We are here to help each other. I'm telling you, like, Junior's been showcasing his website since February. He's been working on this photography website and it just keeps getting better and better. And we just help each other build. We just help each other grow. Would love to see you at Vibe Code and Chill to let us know what you have been working on. By the way, Real Life PJ, what boot camp? Like, what was your boot camp for? What did you like? What did you go to the boot camps to learn? Was it like software development? Was it quality engineering? Was it cybersecurity? Let me know what you went for, and then in the Discord we can say, okay, here is a strategy that you could use to learn, and then you can and you can join us for Vibe Code and Chill, and you can share with us, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I built this, I built that. And that is how we help each other win, how we help each other grow. Ask Rod Brown, ask Life Lessons, ask Junior, ask Gabe, ask Tiffany, ask them all. And they're like, this has been a total game changer for them. Whatever it is that you need to grow in, that is what we highlight, and that's what we focus on. We don't focus on what we're great at. We focus on what we're weak at so we can become great at it. So then we can find our next weakness so we can focus on that. That is my strategy. Right? I don't drill the things that I'm good at. I drill the things that I suck at. Real Life Feature says, Tuesday AI. And it says, yeah, I know about it. LOL, Dad GPT people. You says yes, exactly, because I'm logged in. Yep, that has happened to me before in the past as well. You definitely gotta, and it's not even incognito mode. It's testing it in the mode that you're not logged in as, right? Not logged in as. Says the boot camp was based around A+, ITL4, and Security Plus. I ended up learning more by getting my degree. That's why my profile pic is me in my grad suit. Shout out to you. And I'll tell you this. I commend you. You know what? Let's everybody.
They ain't believe in us. We the best.
Shout out to Real Life PJ. We love to celebrate the success of our friends, of our tech barbarians, of our tech mercenaries. Shout out to you, because getting your degree is no small feat. And I think it's awesome because many people, they try to take a shortcut. They're like, oh, you know what? All right. Bear with me for a second here. I'm going to get in trouble for this. I can already hear Rod Brown saying, don't go there. Don't go there. Do not go there. But I'm going to go there. Boot camps. Yes, boot camps. It's like illegal immigration. Yep. It's like illegal immigration. So you have these college students who they go for. Now I'm not talking about the ones who go for the degrees that nobody's hiring for, but I'm talking about, you have the computer science majors, the AI majors, the information technology majors, the cybersecurity majors, all of those tech stuff, right? They spend their money on it. They spend their night studying, writing papers, and all that, right? 3 to 4 years, maybe 5, maybe 6 years, depending on how fast they go through college, right? So they do all of this, and they have to build projects. They have to learn coding languages, everything. Then they have to find their internship, a real internship, working at a company, right? They have to do all this work. And then you have the people who go through these boot camps for like 3 weeks, and they want to challenge what the people who went to college for 3 to 6 years have done. And they say, my boot camp education is just as good as your college education. Right? Really? Is this what we're doing here? Is that what we're doing? So they go to their little boot camp. They spend 3 weeks. They spend 4 weeks. If it's a real boot camp, they spend 2.5 months. They spend 10 weeks in their boot camp. And now the boot camps give them their little resume, no real internship, and they say, you know what, you have to, like, in order for you to be qualified, first to think about giving you a refund when you don't get a job, you have to apply for 90 jobs per day. 90 jobs per day for a year, for a whole entire year. And we're monitoring you. If you end up applying for 89 jobs on the 500th or on the 363rd day of the year, no refund for you. No refund for you. That's how they get you. So now they want to skip the line. They want to bypass the process. So because college is the people who quote unquote do it the right way. You know, not everybody should go to college, and you should make the smartest financial decision going to college. Stay local, do a boot camp, or stay local, community college, and then transfer to a other local university to finish out your bachelor's if you're going to go that route. If you're going for something that is going to be helpful in college, you should go that route. You should also subsidize your college education, your college learning by projects, by Udemy courses. What I teach my tech barbarians, when you're going to school to learn something, you should go there already knowing how to pass the class. Go there with it. So the semester before, you're learning everything on Udemy, on self-learning. So now you go to class. Oh, I'm already there. I know all the answers. Easy win, easy A. So while I'm getting my easy A in that class, I'm using all the tools, Coursera, Udemy, whatever, for when I'm taking the next semester. That's my strategy. Don't tell anybody I shared that with you, right? Do not tell anybody that I shared that with you. That is between me and the tech barbarians and the tech mercenaries, okay? But that, so now they're doing it the right way. And then you have, so that the college is the legal migration, right? Then you have the boot camps come in. And you can even throw some of the Udemy stuff in there too, right? But people on Udemy, they're not like, you're just learning something. But the boot camps, this is what they push. They say, oh, you can get a job and you can get a job in 90 days after you take our boot camps, right? So then they come and they say, oh, we're going to skip the line. We're going to bypass all the people who are doing it the legal way to force them in there. And that, my friends, is how illegal boot camp migration works. All right, I'm just saying.
Are you ready?
All right, everyone. I will pay for that in the morning. I will pay for that in the morning. You says that's a fact. Iron sharpens iron, and we definitely grow because of it. I shouldn't have went there. But I did. That's what came to mind. Why? I don't know. Real Life PGA says, the boot camps didn't even help me find a job. It was just a waste of money. I feel your pain, and to me that is predatory behavior by these boot camps, because they will sell you the world, and then they don't even help you find a job, which they can't because nowhere is actually going to give you a job. The only reason all these boot camp grads got a job was they were pandemic jobs that no longer exist. If you think you're going to be quote unquote job stacking and doing like and working like these like being on 3 different calls at one time, it ain't easy. I would rather work one good job and do my own stuff on the side, like my content creation, building these apps that help people, coaching my tech barbarians. I'd rather do that than trying to work for like 3 different companies. My mind would explode. But I can also say those who work for those 3 different companies, they're probably not doing that great of a job.
I'm just being honest.
All right. All right. Do you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is?
Are you ready?
We are going to check out the song, or the first version of the song of Devs Just Want to Have Fun.
Come home in the evening, light up the stream, forget the algorithm, forget the dream. My chat says optimize your thumbnail, bro. You gotta post shorts if you wanna grow. Subscribers, please understand, I'm just hacking away in a wonderland. 'Cause devs, they just wanna have fun. Oh, devs just wanna have. That's all they really want.
That's what I want.
Some code to run when the stream goes live and the compiler's done. Oh, devs just wanna have fun. Yeah, devs just wanna have fun.
I just want to have fun.
The guru calls me up, says, what's the plan? You gotta build a brand, gotta sell to the fans. Stop refactoring Rust, stop building a bot. Stick to the meta, hit the trending spot. Oh, guru dear, you're missing the key. I'm writing a game in 3D for free. 'Cause devs, they just wanna have
That's all I care about.
Forget the clickbait, forget the views. We're testing new frameworks, we got nothing to lose.
You might be my new intro song. Air guitar.
They just wanna have fun. Our devs just wanna have. That's all they really want. Some code to run when the stream goes live and the bug is gone. Oh, devs just wanna have fun. They just wanna have. Devs just wanna have fun. Building cool stuff all night long. Zero FTO, but the vibe is strong. They just wanna, yeah, devs just wanna have
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's gonna be for wrapping up the show. That was gonna be for wrapping up the show. But I love it. I love it. What you guys think? What did you think about that one? I enjoyed it. We might have to make our spoof album for our tech stuff, you know. But I thoroughly enjoyed that one. All right. And you see, real life PJ was jamming with me. You gotta drink morning coffee while listening. I agree. I'm making my live stream playlist for I want to know what good is, and now we have devs just want to have fun. I'm with it. Anyways, let's get to our last topic of tonight for my traders out there, for not my traitors, my traders, like all my friends who like to trade. They are building out these AI trading bots, and I am not a trader. I don't know a lot about how trading works. People have told me about it. I never got involved. I don't have the time for it. But for all those who are interested in trading, let's find out about this together. AI trading agents is what people are building. Let me go and pull that up.
Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and discovering that an AI agent has been managing your investments overnight. While you were sleeping, an AI agent monitored earnings reports, scanned breaking news, harvested tax losses, and adjusted your exposure to market volatility. And you didn't manually place a single trade. That future may be closer than many investors think.
Very soon here, we're going to be moving to what I would call 2.0, where firms are actually creating agentic solutions within their own organization or within their own app, where a customer can come into that app, give their life circumstances. I'm Devin, I'm 45, I have 3 children. Here's my risk tolerance. Here are my goals. Here are the type of strategies that I want to employ. And I want real-time tax loss harvesting. I want real-time rebalancing. I'd like you to use options overlays, take advantage of volatility.
When I was recording this story, I thought agentic trading was really a more advanced way to AI wish to buy. Instead, I found an industry moving that gives investors to AI that can take action on their behalf. But how close are we to that future?
I was just losing money consistently, and I realized this is a sinking ship.
Here's what the future could look like with agentic trading. Some retail investors are using general-purpose AI tools like ChatGPT and Claude to research stocks, analyze markets, and even build custom investing agents. One retail investor we talked to did exactly that.
So I use Claude and then more recently Claude Code, and
The prompt that I used was one I generated it actually in ChatGPT and then plugged it into Claude. And it was essentially just asking Claude to act as a hedge fund analyst to find undervalued stocks. I gave it kind of a dollar amount and I said, hey, I'm looking for undervalued opportunities. Find me some and organize it within this budget. And so it gave me some. And then I also asked for some option plays and it gave me strike prices and all of that. And so I executed the option contracts that it actually directed me towards.
Obi told us.
So here's a question. The first question. Would you trust, like, because it's just giving you the information, right? It is just giving you the information. Would you trust the information that AI is giving you to invest your money? And how would you know? How would you know if, like, by you? So this person asked, what are some undervalued stocks in Claude's opinion, however it figures that out. And now you get that information. It's not telling you, oh, yes, you should trade this or no, you should trade that, because you're asking for specific information. That means you, in your mind, the undervalued stocks are a play for something, right? So now it's okay, these are the ones that are undervalued, that we think are undervalued. Now the ball's in your court. What do you want to do? Claude is not going to say, oh, invest in this one. It'll say, you ask for undervalued, it's going to give you the undervalued ones. Now it's your decision what you're going to invest in or not invest in.
The trade he followed made money. That was a small self-selected experiment. He still reviewed every recommendation and made every trading decision himself. Even after building his own investing agent, he isn't ready to let AI take full control.
There always needs to be a human level of discernment when picking investments. And I do think that you can train it well, but I will always kind of stand by AI being a tool as opposed to a replacement.
Ivy is an AI agent built by a startup called Podium Markets. Ivy can access a user's holdings across different brokerage accounts, analyze their portfolios, and tailor its response to the level of risk the user selected. But right now, Ivy can see what's in the user's accounts, but it can't act on that information. The user still has to approve the strategy and place the trade themselves.
Ivy is not algorithmic, so it's basically AI informs, but the human decides. When you come in, the first questions we asked you after you entered the site is about risk calibration, your risk profile. That's a really big differentiator.
So that's one end of the spectrum. The investor gives context that the AI researches, and then the investor makes the trade. The next frontier is bringing those capabilities directly to the brokerage accounts itself. Public is an online brokerage where retail investors can trade stocks, bonds, options, and other assets. Building AI agents in-house, which it hopes will give average investors access to more sophisticated strategies. It could also
I mean, me personally, if I was into trading, I would rather just build my own trading bot, trained on my strategies. And I would probably build it to say, hey, we found this as a potential investment. So I'd probably build a whole app around it where it's connecting to the trading platform, and then have an app. So it sends me a push notification that says, oh, this like I did the analysis of this trade, and this is the details around it, and now I have all the information, and then I can say yes or no to finalize a trade. It's similar to like similar in the sense of the automation that we were talking about earlier, the workflows that I was talking about earlier. The other day I built a workflow where it goes out there and based on the changes that a developer makes, it is going to launch, it's going to decide what tests should be ran based on the changes and the description of the changes, of why they're making the changes, the context. And then it's going to go through the whole testing information, look at the logs, look at all the details of why, of what failed, why it failed, if it's failing in other branches or if it's unique to this branch. And then they're going to come back to us and give us a whole report on what happened, and if it says, you know what, based on what I researched, is it safe to deploy this change, or does it need more investigation? And once that happens, then a human makes a decision of, okay, yeah, I did a quick, I looked at it, looks good, let's go ahead and ship the changes, right? So when I'm doing automation, I'm not looking for the tool to think for me. I'm looking for the work, all the prep work that I would have to do to make a final decision. I am outsourcing that to AI to bring back that information to me, and then I can make a decision, right? I'm not having it make a decision for me, but I'm having it to go and do the research, and then I can make a final decision.
Also reshape the economics of the brokerage industry because AI agents can trade far more frequently than the average customer.
Retail investors have used AI now for a few years for research, but really what this era of agentic is doing, where it's now becoming automated and where AI agents can actually execute investment strategies on your behalf.
If today's AI helps investors research, tomorrow's AI may manage much more than a portfolio. It could become a financial operating system that constantly optimizes an investor's entire financial life.
Effectively, everybody has their own family office that is working 24/7 for them while they're awake or sleeping. It's not just looking at your investing sleeve, it's looking at, are your assets in the right place? You have to pay college tuitions and pay for your mortgage. We think that agents are going to be employed to do many things, both financial services related, but also across your broader life. Retail will have their own agents if they choose so, but also there'll be corporate agents and institutional agents, and they'll all be interacting in the same agentic economy. This isn't 10 years away. This is coming in the next few years, in our opinion.
There are optimists in the space that believe AI investing will continue to evolve from just being a research tool to eventually something much closer to a financial advisor.
Phase one was science project phase. Connect your brokerage account to a Claude, OpenAI, tinker with it, have some ideas, see what happens, low risk. Then the second is a little bit that phase of AI agents living in your portfolio and getting to this point where you can actually use it with your real account and real money. And then the third from there, I think, goes into the sense of like, okay, now how far do we get from just execution into also advice? And that's when it starts to obviously go very directly into the world of financial advisors.
This all begs the question of what could go wrong? Can you trust an AI agent to make decisions with your money?
I used to work for a family office.
But what if the loop happens and there's no kill switch, and now it just spends all your money? It says, you know what? We are going to bet it all on this dog grooming service. We're gonna say everything that this person has, bet it all on Red, bet it all on this mobile pet grooming company, and then they go down under and you lose everything.
Based in Switzerland and in Singapore, and I got to see a lot of how trading happens from different teams. So I understood the kinds of research that they're doing. I built an agent development and orchestration platform, essentially letting people build and deploy agents.
He later used that experience to build a small automated trading experiment with about $200.
I was just losing money consistently. There was a period where I made money for almost a week, but that then went away. And I started considering, what else can I do? And I realized this is a sinking ship. I think it's very good for research, and you can use it to help you do a wider amount of research, deeper amount of research faster.
Sure.
I think if you're using it for an automated system or relying on an agent to do it for you, you probably want a professional, you probably want an environment optimized for it.
Another challenge is, how do you turn a human goal into a set of precise investing instructions? For example, an investor might tell an AI agent to grow my portfolio aggressively. But what does aggressively actually mean? Should it take on more volatility, concentrate the portfolio, use options? That's why many firms are moving cautiously. Public, for example, says users review and approve an agent's workflow before it can carry out any tasks. So rather than giving AI unlimited authority, companies are building guardrails designed to keep humans involved.
On public, the AI agents are essentially designed to help you execute your ideas. You still have the last word, so to say. You approve that workflow, you see what the workflow would be, and you approve it and basically set it up. The AI agent will not have an own mind and suddenly do something you never told it to do.
I think the average investor still should be very much in charge of the final decision. And so at this stage, it's really about trying to get to the best holistic and informed answer to your portfolio in a meaningful way that you can really take your own decision and ultimately do the trade.
Essentially, you have to make sure that the customer's best interests are the forefront. And so if the agent is not behaving as modeled or as you expect, that becomes a risk for the firm because the firm is responsible in delivering that regulatory wrapper for the customer.
I would be nervous to fully automate anything that has to do with money. Especially if it's going to determine how much to invest in or how little to invest. Basically, if you wanted to have a trading bot, you should have it replicate your style. So if you suck at trading, then your AI bot is probably going to suck at trading. If you're great at trading, then your AI bot is probably going to accelerate your trading capability. But if you think that AI is going to be making the smart trading decisions for you, it's just AI just uses what it learns across the internet and tries to piece things together in order to provide an answer. So you don't know if the source that is going to be getting it from is outdated or what. So you definitely want to be very, very careful when you are using these trading bots, especially if it's one that is built by another company. If I was a financial advisor, right, I would probably build me like one of these AI clones like I had back in the days, where it would know everything about me, and it would know my strategies that I employ. And that way I can have that communicate with the people that I'm advising, and then I can review those interactions and come back and follow up. But if you are going to let AI make all decisions for you, then we are cooked. We are cooked. Let me know your thoughts below. Do me a favor. Let me know. Would you let AI do all of your trading investments and stuff, like all that trade stuff, or do the whole trade end to end, or would you want to be in the loop, a human in the loop? You review the research and say, yes, I like this one. No, I don't like this one. Be the final decision maker, or it's like, AI, run my life. You do everything. You do everything. Which one are you more inclined to do? Or is it never, ever am I going to use AI in my entire life? Let me know which one. Let me know which camp you fall in. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, go to techcoachrap.dev. Join us for Vibe Code and Chill. Join us for our Scrum Nights. Get access to Resume Flow, the Tech Barbarians coaching portal, and the Speak Precisely app over at techcoachrap.dev. And join us in the Discord. The link is in the description. Looking forward to seeing you over there to have these type of conversations, help you with your homework, collaborate, all of that good stuff. All right. That's it, y'all. That is it for tonight. Let me check the chat real quick before we get up and out of here. Real Life PJ says trading is stock market gambling, in my opinion, very risky. I agree. That's why, and I don't have the patience for it. I do not have the patience to be monitoring my OCD and my ADHD mixed together, trying to be a trader. It ain't gonna happen. I just do dollar cost averaging in a few strong companies, and my stocks, they've been dancing. They've been shoulder leaning. They have been shoulder leaning. All right. Real Life just says, I do not trust it to invest. AI isn't always right. They just being lazy. If you're using it to invest, use it to get the info so you can invest yourself. That is 100% right. And And Real Life PJ caught my Freudian slip when I said Toby when I meant AI. Or did I? Or did I? And to wrap us up, Real Life PJ says exactly into how to use AI to do the research and not to have it do everything for you. All right, y'all. We made it. We made it through another night. We made it through another month. Tomorrow is the 31st, the last day of July. We hit the ground running August 1st. We run it up. That's all we ever do. We just run it up. All right. Tomorrow we have the bug bite. We're gonna be. I have to actually finish editing that. Get that ready. I'm gonna do that as soon as I get off the stream. And then we're gonna be back live on Sunday for working on stuff, reviewing tech stories, and then we have a Scrum night at 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'm gonna schedule that in the Patreon so that you can join us and you can have you can see what we're working on. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. Join us at Tech Coach Off the Dev, Vibe Code and Chill every other Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Scrum Night this Sunday. Get access to the different apps that we build for you guys. Join us in the Discord. The link is in the description. It's also pinned to the top of the chat. And we're gonna wrap it up with the second version of the devs just want to have fun. Because when you use Sumo, they make two versions. Real Life just said great show. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
And let's get it as we wrap it up for tonight.